So I welcome Sebastian. Sebastian is a senior scientist at the Institute of Environmental Biotechnology at BOKU, and he focuses, apart from the field trials in SUSFERT, on the use of artificial intelligence in plant breeding. Very exciting stuff. Now back to the basics and making sure that we get the most out of field trials. Here's Sebastian to guide us through some of the challenges that are involved with managing field trials.
Thank you very much for the introduction. So yeah, let's talk about field trials. So first of all, why are field trials important? So yeah, field trials are really a crucial tool for product development and testing new technologies in agriculture, such as these prototypes we developed, for example, in the SUSFERT project. And field trials enable researchers and also scientists to evaluate new products and assess their performance in real life conditions. And of course, field trials also generate a vast amount of data from various sources. Let's say nutrient analysis. In yield trials, of course, you have let's say grain yield, biomass yield, things like this. And well, these are very important for decision making afterwards. And of course, you also got to store this data somewhere, so this can also be a challenge sometimes. And of course, these field trials also facilitate the transfer of knowledge and best practices, basically from research institutions to the farming community in the end. So that's what we are hoping for. And but of course, we also facing some challenges in field trials. First of all, of course, we got to define an experimental layout and follow good experimental practice. We got to randomize our trials, replicate everything, probably also test everything in a lot of locations, stuff like this. To get the maximum amount of information, with limited resources, that means money, because field trials are also very important, as we learned also during the SUSFERT project. And despite all these efforts, giving good experimental layouts and good experimental practice, still we are facing a lot of, let's say, varying weather patterns we cannot really influence. And well, this, of course, can make it sometimes difficult to draw conclusive results from, let's say, a single year's season or single season. Of course, sometimes we also have the challenge to find appropriate locations with, let's say, desired soil properties, nutrient content, pH, and texture. For example, in SUSFERT, we conducted these phosphorus trials, so we needed this phosphorus deficient locations, which are not so abundant in Europe. So this has also been a slight challenge, but we managed it in the end. And of course, afterwards, we also got to conduct a statistical analysis for drawing meaningful conclusions, also effectively communicate our findings. We have publications, for example, or science to public, for example, using mixed linear models. And then in the end, of course, we like to, in the ideal case, scale up our findings to commercial agriculture operations for a real-world implementation. Well, and when it comes to SUSFERT, we would like to prove there that in our field trials that these novel fertilizer products with reduced mineral P are as effective as conventional fertilizers. And first of all, we did set up some protocols, and harmonized protocols, especially because we tested our material in a lot of countries and with a lot of different service providers. So we had to make sure everybody did the same thing. And there we tested basically our most promising SUSFERT products and combinations against benchmarks from the market. These trials means basically this combination means we had these obviously the struvite, which were already presented now a bit, and then we wanted to combine them with the probiotics to make the phosphorus also better available to the plants, and this lignin we used as a coating for a slow release of these nutrients, make them longer available to the plants. And in our trials, we also monitored a bit the P dynamics in our field trials, basically by a spatial temporal assessment of various agronomic traits. That means that basically we just harvested, we worked here with maize and we harvested these plots at different time points and assessed basically a lot of different traits like nutrient contents and obviously also the biomass. So just like to present very briefly a major outcome of these trials. First of all, we got, as said, we got to find these optimal trial sites, and we found them in France, Germany, and Austria. But as already mentioned, these extreme environmental influences like drought or flooding pose always an element of uncertainty. So we mitigated basically this risk of trait failure, but first of all by replicated testing in these multiple locations within each country. But still, you can see basically here, we had this benchmark of a single superphosphate, and we wanted to see a very nice dose response curve. And here this is basically expressed always relative to an unfertilized control, and then 20 kilograms of SSP, 40 kilograms and 60 kilograms of SSP. Of course, with an increased P fertilizer, we would also see a higher dry weight, but sometimes this was not the case due to this unforeseen or environmental influences. For example, in this trial here, there was no response at all, or some erratic response. But still, in some of these trials, at least, were lucky. They worked out very well. But as you can see, P trials are very challenging. Just about 30% of them really worked out nicely. And conducting a meta-analysis of these trials, which worked out nicely, see what the basic outcome was there, that our SUSFERT products, in comparison to this single superphosphate benchmark, showed an average performance which was similar to normal business as usual single superphosphate fertilization in terms of biomass. Also, if we combine this with these probiotics and lignin coating. And just imagine now, there was some indication that this struvite shows a larger variation in performance if you apply this in different locations. So we had also look at it, which is, and this was true. So if you look at the average performance across all these locations, the variation was larger than using this benchmark from the market. But if we combine this with our other SUSFERT products, with these probiotics and the lignosulfonate coating, we could reduce this variation a bit, make it similar to the benchmark of the market. And this basically means it's a very promising result, and also what we would like to see, that our novel SUSFERT fertilizer products with reduced mineral P can be as effective as conventional fertilizers. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention.